Did the brakes go out in your classic GM vehicle? Well, if it's your master cylinder, I'm going to show you how to fix it today. Welcome to You Can Fix Anything. I've had my classic 1970 Chevelle in storage for the last couple of years. The master cylinder was getting pretty weak and bleeding down last time I drove it, and now it's not working at all. So I'm going to need to swap in a new master cylinder. But before that, let me get this tractor behind me moved and get out of this hot shed, at least to the gate where it's a little bit more light. Now that we have this dirty dog pulled out where I can get a little bit of light and breeze, I'm going to start tearing into this. It's not a difficult job. I came in about a week ago and sprayed some WD-40 on all the parts just to make sure that there's a little lubrication on those threads, and hopefully won't run into any trouble there. And since I'm out on a farm in the middle of nowhere, I just had to bring along, this is the bleeding kit. This is the new master cylinder. I brought a bag of tools, paper towels, coffee. I'll put links to everything here that I use down in the description below. The first thing I want to do before really tearing anything apart is just to make sure that everything cracks loose. And so just put the wrench on there. Yep, that one will crack loose. That one cracks loose. These are all 9/16. Okay, that one cracks loose. And if you ever have trouble getting something like that loose, you can actually take another wrench and put it on there like this, and it locks into place, and you can use that as a breakover bar, as extra leverage. And so that's something that can be pretty useful. Let me check this one on the other side. Yeah, that one cracks loose. So go ahead, loosen all these up. The other thing you want to be careful of, this is a 12-point head. On something like that, if you use the open end, which sometimes is tempting, especially if it's, I don't know, just like the simplicity of that. But the risk is that you can, if the bolt's tight, you can more easily round it off versus this. The best case scenario is actually a 6-point, but those aren't terribly common. And so in this case, I oiled them ahead of time, and so they all came loose pretty easily. The reason I'm using this end wrench is because even with a shallow socket on a universal joint, there's just not enough room here to get that shallow socket over universal joint and out. So just using the old-fashioned way. Give that master cylinder a little support, and then that bolt comes out pretty easily, or the nut. Okay, next we're going to take these two off. I would recommend having some paper towels in place underneath there. Something about brake fluid is it will eat paint. Now on this old car, I'm not as too worried about it, but it's always good practice to have some paper towel there to catch what might drip out. The nice thing about brake fluid is it's water soluble, and so you can just spray it down with water. If you want to throw a little soap on there too and spray that down, but it does rinse off with straight water, which is kind of nice. Okay, so we're going to probably have some fluid leak out. Yeah, maybe not. Oh. It didn't really want to go. All right, so now as long as this system is closed, in other words, if you don't have any leaks in your brake lines down below this, it's going to hold the fluid up here. You're going to have very little air enter the system if there's nothing leaking down below. If there is something leaking down below, yeah, it'll fill that up and you'll find a puddle on the ground. But one thing with this car, I just don't have any leaks at this point, and so I'm not worried about air getting there. I just want to make sure I keep debris out. There's a little bit of fluid dripping out the back. Go ahead and pull this off. There we go. Now before installing the new master cylinder, we do want to do a quick comparison just to make sure that those are in similar locations. These are looking the same. Everything's the right distance, the right diameter. It doesn't really matter what the shape is up here. As you can see, it looks like the new one has a bigger body on it. That doesn't make any difference. And so I obviously am not looking for a concours level master cylinder. So what we have here should do the job. Let's go ahead and bolt this up as is before we go through the bleeding process. Now that we have that on, we're going to tighten it up and then pop this cover off. Now for those of you who want to know the torque specs on these, it's about a 2 grunt. So I do one here, get this on. 2. Okay, yeah, that's 2 grunts. I think I already got 1 grunt on this side. We'll just, oh no, I got all 2. So, torque spec, 2 grunts. Go ahead and pop this off. Just use a screwdriver. Get that out of the way. Okay. And this over. Nice and dry inside. Extra large reservoir. I'm sure I paid more for that. Now this bench bleed system comes with everything you need. It's for both domestic and import cars and trucks. It comes with the tubes, a little clip to hold it onto the master cylinder. The blue is going to be your metric fittings, and this kind of a reddish brown color is going to be your Imperial or American. This one happens to be a 7/16 24 thread, and so I just need to find the right ones to fit in here, go ahead and install them, and we'll just walk through this step by step. Let's start off by popping these protective caps out. And then I have, let's see, there's some 1/2" 20, let's see, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be what we need. This comes with Teflon tape. I'm not planning on using it just because this is just a temporary installation unless these threads just don't seal at all. I think that they're gonna do the job just as they are, hand tighten them in. And so I'll get both of these installed here. There's actually 4 of this size. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I guess I haven't used this before, but actually the rear thread is going to be a 9/16 18 and the front thread is a 1/2" 20. And so, yeah, I can see that now. They are different sizes. And after that, go ahead and put this tube on. You want to be careful. This is plastic, so you don't want to break it. This tube on. Probably wouldn't hurt to put a little brake fluid on the outside. Help it slip on a little easier. There we go. And then each kit comes with this nifty little clip. Oh look, made in China. And so that actually clips right here in between, and so you put that in there, then you install the tube front to the front, back to the back, and I'm pretty much touching the bottom, and so now that holds the tube down under. And so let's go ahead and put the brake fluid in. Now this, it's called bench bleeding because it can be done on a workbench. You can clamp this master cylinder in a vise and do it that way. I don't have a bench here. This isn't my place. And don't have a vise. So I'm just going to bench bleed it here right on the car. And then you get in the car and pump the brakes very carefully. You don't want this stuff to splash all around. We slowly pump the brakes and it's going to get all the air out of the system. Move that closer for a little better view for you guys. Just slowly pump it. all the way down now. All right, I think that's got it. Now that we have all the air out of the master cylinder, we can go ahead and unclip this. I'll go ahead and bend this over so that when I unscrew it, I'm not going to let all the fluid just run out. I'll just let this drain into here. Waste not, want not, right? And then we're going to go ahead and put this into place, tie it up. So you can see that fluid was leaking out of there a little bit. We'll tighten that with a wrench in just a minute. But at least stop that leaking. And we just do the same thing here with the back. Pinch that off. Put a little water on there. Get this thing in. Now just take this clip out of the way. Top up both bowls. Place this cap and lock it into place. Now let me jump in the car and press the brakes a couple times. See how they feel. Oh yeah, nice. They're not hard, they're not soft, they're just right. Well, that's all there is to it. It's a pretty simple job. That's how you change the master cylinder on your classic GM vehicle. Hope this was helpful. Have a great day.